Hi everybody, this is Janet Wright and this is a recap video where I tell you in detail what I did in today's group energy healing called a mini triplet group healing. Today's date is September 29th, 2017, and today's healing we maxed out the participant number that I'm allowing myself to do at this time, which is, well, that the angels allow me to do at this time, which is 50 people, currently in 6 different countries, including 5 kids. So a special hello to all the wonderful kids. Hi kids, hello, hello. And the kids are 4 boys and 1 girl, ages 6 to 10 years of age. So hello to all the also parents of those kids. Wow, I'm so jealous of your kids that they get these healings. And of course, hello to all the other participants. Yay. Okay, so this healing set, mini triplets, is a set of 3 healings over a week's time. So there's a Friday healing, a Sunday healing, and a Tuesday healing. Sort of the big thing that this set is working up to is life purpose energy, being more open to, even just on a subconscious level, that sense of a calling, like what you're meant to do, that idea of life purpose. And I'm not one that usually likes, you know, a real distilled life purpose, like, oh, the purpose of my life is blah, blah, blah. But I think that energy is very helpful. And so this healing is the first healing, so it's really leading up to that, but it's not that yet. Because in healings, you have to get people really present in order to do something pretty advanced like that. So we're getting ready, folks. Let's see. Overall summary of today's healing, I would say clearing resistance is my nutshell. How about that? Oh my God, I have a nutshell. Okay, so yeah, the nutshell of today's healing, Friday, the 29th of September, 2017, can be summarized in 2 words. Mark it on your calendars. I did it. Clearing resistance. But there was a lot of chakra healing, a lot of repairing aura damage, a lot of, my notes are down here, so I keep glancing down there. A lot of, the blanket exercise. We did that a lot. Oh, and that little peppy beagle running around back there. Hope you can see him. His name is Izzy. And let's see if I can get him in the shot. Izzy! Izzy! There he is. Hi, Izzy. Hi, hi. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. But anyway, we got 3 new dogs because our others passed. And so we got new rescue dogs. And the second and the third we got actually earlier this week. Izzy, Daisy, and Abel. Abel we got a month ago, and then Izzy and Daisy we got earlier this week. Okay, great. So the way we started today's healing was actually with a tricolor earth energy soak, which I made that video. Oh wait, brand new sunglasses that I got just for these videos. So you can, I get some glare protection, but you can still kind of see my eyes. So there you go, Target, folks. Okay, so we started today's healing with a tricolor earth energy soak, almost exactly like in that video, but shorter, because you can do things a lot faster, you know, on a spirit level. So, but it was pretty much identical to that video, except it took 3.5, well, probably took 3 minutes to do it the way, you know, just on a spirit level. But that's usually, that was a long time to do it. I think it really worked though, because I looked back later and I like compared, okay, this person's grounding before that, this person's grounding after that, and I picked like particularly people that have particularly blocked up grounding that, you know, have never grounded consciously. And so it was a great before and after. So I do recommend that video. I put that video out on September 19th. And I'll link it at the end of this recap as well. We did the whole tricolor earth energy soak first, where you bring up red earth energy all the way up, soak in it in your whole aura, you bring it back down to the level of your third chakra, which is how high I would recommend your grounding come up. And then we brought up the orange earth energy all the way up, had an orange grounding and brought the orange earth energy all the way up, and then we soaked in it, and then we lowered it down to the third chakra, and then we changed it to be a yellow grounding, and we brought it all the way up and soaked in it, and then we brought it down to the level of the third chakra, the yellow grounding. And actually we kept it at yellow for the rest of the healing. Then my sample person that the angels picked at that time needed help with their creative rings, which means to me that everybody needed help with their creative rings, which makes sense because I kind of check them every day on my own, you know. So your creative rings are 3 gold rings directly above your head, 1, 2, 3, and they're really cool when they're working and they're not jammed up with junk. They're gold, and they generate gold creative inspiration energy that comes down into your 7th chakra, which is super key. But if they're jammed up, it's not cool, because then it's harder to wake up. You have to kind of detour around the creative rings to get into your 7th if they're jammed up and gummed up, and plus then you don't get that inspiring energy. So what we did is, you know, you can imagine, let's do that now. So imagine a copy of, you know, a live copy. So here are your creative rings, right? We're not going to move them. We're going to just make a live copy, right, of the 3 creative rings out in front of you, and just wash out anything that's around them. Use gold light from your hand chakras, it's the round energy center right here, and fingertip chakras in the palm, in the fingertips, and just wash out those 3 gold rings, the copy out in front of you, and that in real time it's healing your creative rings. And so we use a copy just because it's like, you know, it's more convenient, and you can see it better if it's right in front of you, and that way you can expand your copy, make it as big as you need to just see as much detail as you want. And I spent some time helping people to melt energy cords that are going into the creative rings, like on the sides or the front and the back, because that's pretty common to have cords going into these creative rings. Usually they're sending kind of an overwhelming energy into the creative rings. I don't know why people do that, but you know, whatever. It's just like, usually it's some kind of intense energy from somebody who's kind of intense. So just gold light, wash that out, and just melt away any energy cords that you find or you imagine might be there. You don't even have to see, right? You just use your imagination, and you imagine the 3 gold rings, and you just wash them out with gold light, and unclog the middle center part, because you want that to be a nice free open space in the middle of each ring, because your spirit goes out to sleep through those, and your spirit comes back in the morning through those. And also during the day, like when you're bringing in more energy, you can bring it in this way, like for example, like ideas that you created in your sleep on the astral with your angels, they're going to want to come in through the top of your aura, through your creative rings, into your 7th chakra first, then all the way down. So anyway, so we melted away any cords, we bathed them in nice gold light, we unblocked the middle of them, right, just with gold light. You know, sometimes those energy blocks in the middle, they look like white paper, or like stretched out, or just big black rocks. And if you have trouble clearing out something that you sense around it, just ask your angels, could you please, you know, remove any energy that doesn't belong here, you know, anything that's not me around these creative rings. So let's just do that for good measure too. So angels, just say with your mind, you know, angels, so you're talking to your personal angels when you say that. you know, angels, please remove anything from these rings that is not me. Yeah, that was nice. It's always nice to get a little help. Okay, so then, so I helped people repair aura damage. And so, you know, your aura is wrapped, it's all the way around you, right? And I have a great 3-video set called 7 Chakras, Aura Layers Flow. Again, that's 7 chakras, aura layers flow. That describes really all you'd ever want to know about all the layers of the aura, and that all the 7 chakras each generate one of those layers of the aura, and how the direction of how it flows and everything. But anyway, so commonly aura damage, like if someone rips, you know, throws energy at you, they resent you, or they're bitter about something that happened, or, you know, jealous, or who knows, you know, just random stuff. And a lot of times they're not even, like, they're repressing it, so they don't consciously know they don't know that they're ripping your aura, because they don't even think about people's aura, you know. But anyway, I help people heal back here the most. That's where people needed it the most in this healing, but that's not a shock. I mean, this up here is a popular spot for people to throw energy, but also back here, a very popular spot. So here and here was mostly what we healed. I healed with people. I just sent lots of gold light to everybody's, you know, all 50 people, but you just do it for yourself, because that's gonna be great. So just imagine the back of your aura. You can make a copy out in front of you of just that spot right there, you know, and just, so here's your head, you know, and here's the back of your aura, and just check if there's any rips there. Because even if you got the healing today and you got it all mended up, you know, maybe you have a neighbor and you were playing your music loud 2 hours after the healing and they went wonk, you know, and ripped a whole new hole for you. Maybe. So just double check and just wash it out. Wash out the back part here. You could reach back here, I guess. It's not impossible, but I just feel like if you have a copy out here, a live copy, you can heal it. And also maybe you're more likely to perceive things because you're like looking right at it and kind of feeling it more easily and simply. For me, I don't have a rip actually, but I have it's just chunkier here, more stuck. Oh, nice. My little pesky dog thinks it's okay to move my tripod as I'm videotaping. Nope. He doesn't really understand commands, so I have to kind of use loudness to get the point across. Anyway. Okay, so just the copy of your aura in the back. So for me, like I said, I just have hardness back there, which is not good. You don't want to leave any hard chunks back there, because then the next time someone throws energy at you, it hits the hard part and then it makes a big tear. So melt that away. Just find some hard chunks in the back of your energy, back of your aura back here. A lot of people have it like right in the inner layers, right here, hardness, hard, tight energy right here. Or you may have it really anywhere, you know, in the aura back here, because there's 7 layers, right? So just comb through it all, and doing this will help your focus. It'll help, you know, how overwhelmed you feel, because the more whole and flowing your aura is, the more it can protect you and keep you safe and productive. Yay! All right, yay! A little bit of aura repair and flow help. Okay, so then we did. I help people clear cords in all 7 of their major chakras along the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All the 7 major chakras. But I did it in an interesting way, which I think may be slightly more effective. I mean, I would say, you know, if you have a method that you strongly prefer, do it, you know? I mean, you prefer it because you feel it's effective, then, you know, that's important, because there's no absolute best way, you know? if you have fun doing it though, that may help. You know, if you're intrigued or you just, it kind of feels neat, then, you know, go with that one. So I have a simple little a visual aid. So this is some kind of like a yogurt top or something, but I'm using it to represent an enlarged version of the front of a chakra. I mean, really the front of a chakra is more like this, you know, it's like a cylinder. A chakra is like an open cylinder, so it's open on both ends, unlike this, which is a coffee mug, so you have to have it closed on the bottom. But if it were a chakra, which it's not, it would be smaller and it would have an opening here and an opening here, right? But anyway, I wanted to show you guys, because this method that I did in today's healing was healing, you know, 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Like if this is an old-fashioned clock, right? There's 12, 6, 12 o'clock on the clock, 6 o'clock, 3, and 9, right? So the thing is, when people cord you, sometimes they do just send one cord into your chakra, but maybe about half the time they create a pair of cords, which I really don't have like much of a video about that, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe at some point I will. So for example, they'll send a pair of cords. Let's say if they want to impact your communications, your throat chakra, right? They might send a pair of cords to 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, right? So there'll be one cord at the top of the round opening and one cord at the bottom of the round opening, right? 12 and 6 if it's a clock, right? Or they might send a pair of cords to 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And so you just melt them both at the same time, you know? But it's just something to know. And obviously this is an enlarged version, you know, my throat chakra is not that giant because it's in my neck. But you know, like this, it's the round opening in the front and a smaller round opening in the back, right? And a cylinder shape, but not this giant. Okay, so what I did in the healing is I healed chakras, because chakras 6 all the way down to 1, they're oriented the exact same way. So it's kind of efficient if you want to heal a whole bunch at once. You know, it's like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? But they're in the body, right? They're in the body, not in front. But anyway, it's kind of efficient if you want to, you know, melt cords away from all the openings all at once, right? All the front at once of 6 to 1, and then all the backs at once of chakra 6 all the way down to the first chakra. So just gold light here, gold light here. And I have before done like a gold wax technique, which is in some of my videos. If you want to know where, you could post a question under this video and I'll dig up some link. But you could also just search my videos, like search just my channel and put gold wax technique, W-A-X, in that context, because that is like you make gold wax over all of them, and the intention is that that gold energy is going to remove the energy cords safely and all at once, and then you just go whoosh and take it off all at once, whoosh. So that's fun too. But I didn't do that one today with people. I did healing, like I sent gold light, a lot of gold light, which you could do yourself, right? To, I did it to 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock at the same time. So all the 12 and 6 o'clock. So 12 and 6 o'clock of my 6th, 12 and 6 of my 5th, 12 and 6 of my 4th, 12 and 6 of my 3rd. You get it, right? 2nd and 1st. So I just focused that, so you could do that right now. Just think of your chakras, a live copy out in front of you, 6 all the way down to 1, and just imagine 12 and 6, and you're just removing energy cords from those round openings at 12 at the very top and the very bottom of the front, right? 12 and 6, you know, just go all the way up and all the way down and pop, 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 pop. Melt with gold light, just melt away the energy cords. So if that's too weird for you, forget it. You know, you could just do all the chakras at once without thinking about the very top and the very bottom and that they're pairs and blah blah blah. You know, because this video is for people of all levels, you know, advanced people, beginners, and some beginners might really wrap their brain around that, you know, the 12 and 6 o'clock, but other people, even if they're intermediate, might be like, ah, you used numbers, I can't think anymore, stop. So, you know, it is what it is. You pick your method. The point is to definitely remove these energy cords from other people because they're sending you their energy. It's going to block up your chakras, or they're removing your energy towards them, going towards them, which is going to drain you. So you don't want the cords, right? The only good cords are if you have a young child. So if your kid is like younger than 14, and you're a mom or dad of that kid, then you have a first chakra cord to them. But any other cord is, in my opinion, too much. So just a first chakra cord to your kid. All right, folks. So anyway, so first I sent cold light, and you can do that to you. So just imagine, you know, copies out in front of you of all 6 of your chakras, not the 7th. We'll do the 7th separately. So 6 down to 1, just 12 and 6. All those cords, just pop them off. And 2, you know, maybe you have no cords, but you're just sending extra gold light there to just strengthen those parts of the chakras, and also, you know, heal. Maybe there are little scratches or little chips missing, so the healing energy that's focused on the very top and the very bottom opening, the 12 and the 6 o'clock of each chakra opening. It's just kind of nice. And then, you know, of course, I did 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, right? Because these are the most common places to get pairs of cords from people. So I did 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock for everybody. So again, for you, just imagine copies out in front of you, live copies of your chakras 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? And you see a round opening, or imagine a round opening, and then just gold light with your hands at 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. At 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And don't overthink it. Just let as much gold light as possible come out of your fingertip chakras and your hand chakra, and just let the gold light do the work. And a lot of the newbies will be like, I don't know if it's working, but it is. I promise. I mean, I've seen, God, thousands of people in sessions that I do, and newbies still have skills, you know, because everyone has chakras. It's not like you have to be advanced to have them. It's just you have to be advanced not to doubt yourself when you use them, but they still work. So anyway, gold light at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, meaning both sides of the front of each of these chakras, 6 all the way down to 1. And like I said, you can just imagine the cords are just popping off because you're melting away your resistance. And then you're healing, even if you don't have cords there, you're just healing those parts of the chakras, the sides, front sides. And there could be little chips of missing pieces, or there could be little scratches, and the gold light is just helping you to mend up these chakras. Nice. And so at first, I mean, we just did that exercise with the front, but in the healing, I did actually the backs first. But what you could do is you could replay this video and just do the backs. Every time I say front, think back, you know, because it's the same thing. It's a round opening, you know, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you could do the exact same exercise with the backs of all of them. So, I mean, I eventually got to the front of all of them towards the, in the second half of this little healing. Yeah, I did the same process with the front. So 12 and 6 on all of them, 3 and 9 on all of them. And again, when I say 12 and 6 and 3 and 9, I mean the round opening, the very top and the very bottom, and then the sides. Okay. Oh, is this, can you see it close up? There we go. 12 and 6 at the very top and the very bottom, 3 and 9 are the sides. Just like an old clock. Okay, so Then, so in the healing, I did the back of 6 through 1, clearing chords and healing damage. And then I did the 7th chakra just all by itself, because it's so important. Like, you know, that's the first chakra you come into every day. And it's like your 7th and your 6th are pretty much like your ideal command centers. So if they're screwed, you are screwed for sure. So any little help that you can do, any little fine tuning or healing or positive, you know, work you can do for your 7th and your 6th chakra changes everything, because that's, like I said, that's how you come in at the beginning of every day. You have to go through these two. Okay. So, and of course 7th chakra, I have videos just on the 7th chakra, and then I have that psychic chakras 201 that goes through each chakra one by one and says what each one is good for. But nutshell, confidence and non-judgment and vision. Confidence 7th, non-judgment and vision 6th. Okay. Vision meaning conscious clairvoyance, being able to see your aura and all that, but also vision in a very pragmatic sense of like being able to see a solution, you know, or to see, you know, that you really need to call that person back after you email this person, or, you know, whatever, like problem solving stuff also is, actually you tend to use both of those for that kind of stuff. Okay. So I'm looking at my notes. Oh, okay. So like 7th chakra, I'm not gonna do in this video because these videos get so long. If you really want a great 7th chakra walkthrough, I love my video that's just about the 7th chakra, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 gives just basic information, diagram, energy, the flow, all that of the 7th chakra. So 7th chakra part 1, and then 7th chakra part 2 is like a really nice, mellow, centered walkthrough of healing your 7th chakra with your hand. Okay, but I did that. And then, oh, and there were like energy blocks that people had like above the chakra, so not really jammed in, but kind of stacked above it and stacked below it, so like right at the bottom. So like energy blocks, flat hard pieces of energy right here, and then flat hard pieces of energy above the 7th. So like above the 7th, that's easy to show you, but the 7th chakra is small and it's in here, so under it, you know, show you live is hard, but with a copy, you know, it would be like right under here. This is an enlarged copy of your 7th chakra, which should be all purple, ideally, no silver, of course. That just happens to be the color of my tea mug. Okay, so then, seventh chakra is also good for focus, but also that aura repair stuff is really helpful for focus. Oh my gosh. The times that I am most unfocused, it's because I have a rip or tear in my aura for sure. It's like, never fails. Oh, then I did a little bit of energy blocks at the very top of the aura, the 7th layer. The 7th layer is what the 7th chakra creates. It sends energy up that flows up like a beautiful purple fountain, and then it flows down all the way around that's the outermost layer of the aura. It flows down all the way to the bottom, and then the 7th chakra draws it all the way up through the body, all the way up into the chakra again, and then it fountains it out all the way up, and then it flows down again. So it's like this beautiful confidence fountain. That's the outermost layer of your aura, and then it gets drawn all the way up through your body. This beautiful purple confidence energy of yours, and then it shoots up again at the very top and flows all the way down through your 7th layer, all day long. Okay. Then we got to the blanket exercises that we did, which was pretty much like, well, I was gonna say that was the meat and potatoes of the session, but really I saw people clear giant stuff even just with the tricolor earth energy soak that we did right at the start. So I guess I really can't say that other parts weren't giant too. But anyway, so we did the blanket exercise, and I do have a blanket exercise video, which should probably just be called blanket exercise video, but no, at the moment it has a very complex name called, blanket is in the title. So years from now, if I end up renaming it to simply the blanket exercise, which I probably should do, just search through my videos on my channel for blanket, because obviously searching YouTube for the word blanket would not be productive. But the idea is you make an energy blanket out in front of you of gold universal light out in front of your aura. So do that right now. We'll just do one of them, and then I'll tell you what the other ones were, and you can write them down in your little meditation journal that you hopefully are keeping for good ideas for your next meditation. But anyway, so blanket exercise is you make a big gold picnic blanket out in front of you, like a picnic blanket, but a big gold blanket out in front of you. Hold on, I gotta show you my dog. He's so cute. I hope I can do it. He lies down in this straw grass stuff that's in the yard, and then usually he like spins around in it. But anyway, okay, enough of that. I'm such a proud mommy, huh? Hopefully you guys are animal lovers. Okay, cool. So anyway, make a big blanket out in front of you of gold universal light, and it's out in front of your aura, right? And you can even push it out a couple feet, right, if you want, or keep it just right in front. But you're gonna put on there any energy blocks that you're ready to release. We're gonna do, let's see. Well, okay, I'll tell you the 4 options, the 4 things that we actually did in the healing, and you can note them, and you can decide which you want to clear at this moment, okay? So resistance to being attacked, so like energy attacked, really. I don't know, maybe you resist being attacked physically too. I don't consciously resist being attacked physically, although probably on some level from past lives, and stuff. So you could do that physically, anything where you're like, oh, I hope someone doesn't come and get me, But basically, I think that more people resist, people like getting in their face and arguing and fighting with them, sort of that psychological attack or energy attack, like a whack, throwing energy at you, right? So resistance towards being attacked, resistance towards being judged was the other one. Resistance to getting sick, even just a cold. A lot of people, we work, we maybe take care of kids. I don't have human kids, I have dogs and cats. But I resist getting sick because then, I can't work, I can't take care of my puppies as well. So that's a big one. So we cleared some of that in this session. So resistance to being attacked on whatever level you want, resistance to being judged. A lot of people, they just have a hard time if somebody's judging them, it really triggers them. So, and then resistance to getting sick on any level, even just a cold, and resistance to being disliked, because a lot of people want to be liked. Probably most people, I would guess, not everyone, but most people, they just they're happier if somebody thinks they're delightful and charming and whatever, but hey, plenty of people are gonna just not like you. So that's a good thing to clear resistance about, right? Because why? Because you tend to attract what you resist. So you don't want to attract, bitter, resentful people who are going to throw energy at you night and day, right? So you want to clear your resistance so that you are not actually helping to create those situations in your life. So again, that's resistance to being attacked, resistance to being judged, resistance to getting sick, and resistance to being disliked. So, I have a million of those that, that we could have done, but the angels were like, that's perfect, let's stop with that, after that 4, So let's just do one of those together, okay? So big blanket out in front of you of gold universal light that you just create with your intention, and just imagine the hard pieces of energy currently in your energy field somewhere, you don't have to know where, that are one of those things, either resistance to being attacked, resistance to being judged, resistance to getting sick, resistance on any level, even a sniffle, and resistance to being disliked. Heaven forbid someone doesn't like you, right? So or all of the above, just enough for now. You know, you don't want to clear so much that, you know, it's a little too much. So just whatever is really good for you today to clear, right? So, and you can do all 4 if you want, but just whatever's a good amount for you to clear at this time. And so if you're like me, you have a pretty giant pile out in front of you of like little hard rocks, or, you know, whatever they look like to you. And use gold light or gold fire, gold water, gold glitter, some kind of a gold energy vibration. And you don't have to see it perfectly, you just imagine, right? So in the healing, what I did is I created, you know, a ton of gold energy, and I helped send it to everybody's piles. I walked everyone through making the blanket and putting the piles out, and we did it one at a time with each of these topics. But anyway, so just make your pile, lots of gold light, and just imagine, just watch as the gold light melts down your pile. And if your pile is not melting at all, you're probably in it a little too much. You're probably trying too hard and kind of focusing on it. So focus on, you know, how you physically feel, you know, get separate from the pile. The pile is in front of you, you are in your physical body. And just send the gold light out to the pile and melt the pile. You can maybe use gold fire, gold hoses, gold flamethrowers, whatever you want, and just melt the pile. You could also blow up the pile if you like that, you know, like gold explosives, and just blow it all up. The idea is you want it to be completely destroyed, either melted or blown up. And if the whole melting or destroying just isn't working for you, what you can do is, there is a blanket under all that, right? So if you have any leftovers right now, just wrap it up in the blanket, right, for easy cleanup. I love saying that. And just ask your angels. You just imagine, I mean, you do have angels, whether you know it or not, personal angels that help you throughout your life. And so you could just say, angels, please take this for me. Please help me to get rid of it. And then if you want, take a nice deep breath. And imagine you're grounding again, nice big red, orange, or yellow if you want, and just giant grounding. And if you feel like it's clogged, recreate it, make it nice flowing downward motion so you can release anything you need to release. So clearing resistance, I definitely recommend, because it is true, you could change your life a lot by doing that. And it's something you could do over time. You know, just think of what you resist and make a list of it in your meditation journal. And then just, you know, you don't have to do it every day. I mean, there's so many things you could clear. Like sometimes a newbie will be like, Janet, I listened to the recap, but oh my gosh, there's so many things you mentioned. I can't possibly do them every day. So don't do them every day. Use your intuition, you know, make a system that's fun for you, you know, it's okay. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so then I helped everybody heal the fronts of all their aura, their chakras, because in the healing, I did the backs first, and then I did the 7th, and then I did all the fronts. The reason I did that is because the backs of everybody's chakras was in worse shape. So I figured, well, let's get that done. All right, so I'm not gonna describe that because it's the exact same process, round opening, yada yada. Gold light, yada yada. And then the angels picked a sample person that needed their first chakra to be a little bigger, the first chakra of their physical body, because you have a separate set for your spirit body and your physical body. And if your physical body's 7 chakras are nice and flowing and large, then your spirit is like, ooh, I love being there. I'm gonna be really present. This is so fun. But if they're too tight, it's like you're trying to fit into tight jeans or something. And you're like, oh, I don't think I'm having a good time. So anyway, people's chakras were looking pretty excellent at that point in the healing. It was just the first chakra that just needed a little expanding. And my little fun word for that is called supersizing. Supersizing your chakra. I just don't like, you know, how complex people make this stuff sound. I mean, because 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds can do this. So, you know, 10-year-olds can do this. So just imagine your first chakra, and you know, it's probably not this giant, but make a copy of it out in front of you and just, you know, set it to your favorite shade of red and just think to yourself, is this big enough for my spirit to be happy in? And if it's not, just unblock it a little more and use more gold light, and just, you know, kind of with your intention, just imagine, okay, hey chakra, let's make it bigger, and just, you know, expand it, make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and unblock it, because sometimes you can expand it a little bit and then you can't expand it more, and it's just because it's a little blocked. So unblock the front, unblock the back again, and just expand it more until you feel like, that is comfy. Okay, so that's what I did, and people were really present at that time. I mean, not to say they're going to be that present for the rest of their lives, but first chakra presence really helps clear fear, helps people to feel calmer, just more level-headed, because first chakra is courage and safety and financial stability. So it just gives you this real bam, 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 I can do this kind of, it's fantastic. So a lot of times in these healings, people are like, I felt really calm the rest of the weekend or whatever, you know. Not all the time. Individual results may vary. Okay, so then I'm just going to briefly say, I'm not going to walk through. I combed out the bottom of all the aura layers. And so, you know, the 7 layers of your aura wrap down under here. So you can imagine that on your own. I'm not going to walk you through it, even though I love you guys, because this video, some of you guys probably don't want it to be super, super long, right? So just gold light, and I just combed it out because particularly the inner layers were more narrow and thin, and they weren't releasing as much, like the second and the first layer. So I just kind of, lots of gold light, and I just focused on those, sending gold light to the you know, under the feet, but under the body, but those inner layers, and just expanding those with gold light and melting away the energy blocks so that they release. You want them to feel like they're releasing a lot, like a strong rainfall, you know, releasing down to the center of the earth. And then I still focus a little more on that first layer all around. And so I worked on the sides, any blocked energy on the sides of the first layer for people, and the bottom just a little more. So that's all I did. So I hope you liked the recap, and if you got the healing, I hope you liked the healing. And of course, you know, fill out your survey, please, sometime within the next day, so that I have the information as I prepare for the second healing, which is on Sunday. Okay guys, and of course there will be another recap video on Sunday to describe all the fun stuff that I did and help you do it on yourself. Okay, bye.